Welcome back to Saga Garage. What's up, everybody?
What's going on? What's going on?
I'm Brian.
I'm Vince.
And today, we got a special project today.
Yeah, we're fucking up Brian's bedroom.
So, of course, a new construction, you can, pay for certain upgrades and, things like that. Or sometimes they're not even offered. But what do we call this? Recessed lighting, right? No, this is not recessed lighting, is it?
It's a form of recessed lighting. These particular lights that we're using don't utilize a can per se. They utilize a standard electrical box, very lightweight box. This is going to give us plenty of room to work with for what we need, and definitely plenty of strength. When you're talking about recessed lighting, you're primarily thinking about a gigantic can literally above the ceiling where the bulb screws into. We don't need any of that shit.
Okay.
These
lights are flat, though.
Very flat, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. These are more like the modern style that you'll see.
Okay.
Older buildings, older homes, they utilize the can lighting.
Gotcha. So all of this is in preparation for my wife's birthday. I won't say what birthday it is.
Happy birthday, Janelle.
Very special birthday.
Mm-hmm.
And already got the closets redone for her, custom. And they did a really good job. So we decided to go ahead and, since we got the floors done, we got the custom closet done, might as well go ahead and do the lights now before the new furniture comes in. So
it's gonna get messy.
Yeah.
Shit's gonna get messy.
So I went up in my attic and I thought I was in Denver, Colorado. It was so much white up there, it looked like snow.
That's good. That's what you want to see, though.
Yeah.
That's insulation. That's keeping your shit cool.
Oh yeah. Not mad about it. It's just that, now we gotta go up in there and play with it.
Yep.
So
we'll figure it out.
Yeah, we'll figure it out. So to catch up to speed, what we've done so far, when I say we, I mean Vince, because again, I'm still learning. So therefore, I'm not trusted with a lot of the technical stuff.
Tape measures.
Yeah. So in adding and subtracting fractions and all that kind of stuff to make sure my lights are centered correctly, make sure they're in line with each other, and the overall aesthetics are going to be pleasing.
So what you should know now is what we're doing now is we're doing drop lighting. Basically, we're going to do a chandelier right here in the middle. It's not in yet, so you're not going to see that. Maybe in another video we'll show you how to hang just a standard chandelier. Mm-hmm. We'll figure that out. But we have, and again you'll see this later, in the master bedrooms we have what's called coffin ceilings. So basically there's a drop down around the whole perimeter of the roof or the ceiling, and then there's an indentation kind of in the center. You'll see it again, like I said, later. So in the four corners of the coffin ceiling, we're going to put the down lighting, and it should give off a lot more light than the single chandelier in the center would.
Or the standard bulb that came with the house.
Yeah, well, I mean, that's ghetto as fuck.
Yeah,
I can't believe you've lived with that shit for 2 years.
Other things were more important, like the wine cellar, then the custom closet, redoing the floors, and all the other crap my wife can think up to spend money on. So, but it's birthday repeating. So again, let's toast. Happy birthday, lady. Happy birthday, Janelle.
Happy birthday, Janelle.
This video is especially for you.
And if we can do this shit drinking,
you can definitely do this shit sober.
There you go. Let's get to it.
We're going to do a brief overview of the things that you're going to need to complete this project. And I'm going to hand it over to the #1 handyman himself.
All right. So
while I drink.
There you go. For the more basic tools, you're definitely going to need a tape measure. That's going to help you figure out where you want your lights to begin with. You're going to need a drill of some nature, or however you want to cut a 4-inch hole in your ceiling, I chose to just get a 4-inch hole saw because it's fucking easy. And power tools. I love power tools. You know?
Who doesn't?
So we got that. All right. 14 2-wire. Definitely going to need some 14 2-wire. This is what we're going to use to kind of daisy chain each light together from the main drop here in the center.
Now let's talk about daisy chain.
Yeah.
We talked about this the other day before we even thought about doing this project. So let's explain to the people that don't know what daisy chain is.
Well,
how it kind of works.
Definitely don't Google daisy chain. You'll find some weird shit. But yes.
Okay.
So basically, daisy chain just kind of means we're gonna go from one source of power, and we're gonna bring it to another location, and then from that location, we're gonna bring it to another location. From there to another location. From there to another location, ending with just a dead line, or not a dead line, but an end.
Okay.
All right.
All right. So we're gonna daisy chain 4 lights.
Yep.
So let's show the lights that we're using. These are the lights that we're using. Let's see if you can see these. Just some nice recessed lighting to kind of brighten up the room a little bit to go along with the chandelier.
So the important thing to show is the back.
Okay.
See, this is how they install with just a plate. So there's no can behind it. That's why we're using these. So basically what's going to happen is we're going to cut the hole and we're going to put this up into the ceiling, and then we're going to screw it down so it gets nice and tight. Now these have like a 6-pound rating on them, which is definitely...
This is maybe a few ounces at best.
At best. So
it's not really...
These cans are going to work just fine. Now, if we happen to run into a stud where we can't get this box up, we're going to use one of these slim plates, and we're just going to screw it up, and this is going to do just fine. All right. And then we have some wire nuts. Don't forget about your nuts.
Nuts in the bag.
You need your wire nuts. Gotta have wire nuts. Some other things that I don't have to show you for the camera, just kind of obvious tools, maybe a screwdriver, hand screwdriver, some wire cutters, maybe a wire gauge puller, just to kind of get those tips off. But you can use kind of whatever you want. Razor blade works just fine. Pair of household scissors. It's not necessary to have any of that shit. These are the more necessary things. You're going to need a ladder. You might want to put down a drop cloth to keep your shit from getting completely snowed out and dusted. And
that is if you have the type of installation that we have. And you will see it. I will, put the camera up there to kind of give you a look-see at the snow factory that we have up in our attic. So, yeah.
It happens.
Yeah.
It's part of the job.
Yep.
So when we come back, we're gonna start with taking power from our main power supply here, dead in the center, kind of where I'm standing. I know it looks stupid how the camera angle is, but I promise you there's a light there.
Yeah.
We're gonna get power from there. We're gonna bring it down to this corner, kind of behind the camera, because we want to have access to the power first, and then from there we can run to the back corners, and then we're gonna pull it to this side of the room over here, ending over here. And maybe at the end of it, I would suggest putting in one of those smart dimmer switches.
Of course.
Because this might be a lot of light for the bedroom.
Okay.
We'll see. Yeah,
we'll see how it works.
So that's kind of what we have here to show you as far as kind of tools that you're definitely going to need. And then, like I said, if anything comes up later on in the project and we need to show you something extra,
I'll show you that as well.
We'll add it in. Oh, the paint stick.
Okay.
So we're going to use a very long paint stick to kind of get the wires from one side to the other. The reason we're doing that is because I don't have a lot of maneuverability up here in the attic. There's a slope right where the hatch is. So crawling all the way to the back is going to be kind of a problem. So yeah, we'll probably use the paint stick. You'll see us using that. It might look a little ghetto, but
it works.
If it works, it works.
You got to do what you got to do to make to get the job done.
If that doesn't work, however, you're going to end up seeing my fat ass up in the fucking attic, and that's going to be a shot for you, I believe.
I don't like tight spaces.
Well, either way, we're going to get these fucking lights in, and it's going to look beautiful. So
there you go.
When we come back, we're going to get started. All right, so we kind of already have our mark on the ceiling there where Brian's finger is. You probably can't see it, but we're going to go ahead and start drilling.
You'll see it when we get that hole in there.
Yeah, no joke.
I don't know why he always do this to me. And I end up doing it to myself. So we're going to cut and I'm going to get some safety goggles. All right. Since now I have my eye protection, let's try this again. I'm glad you find this hilarious.
Oh my god, I love this. You look like you just left Pablo Escobar's basement, bro. Yeah, I wouldn't
just say no to drugs.
It's like the same level of funny every time. Alright, so we're going to put a fish tape from that hole right there coming back into the attic, and we're going to bring the power over to this far hole over there. Alright?
Can you see it?
Yep.
Is it heading in the right direction?
No, you gotta push it up first.
Up?
Yep. Going up, straight up. There you go, it broke through. Alright guys, so we're up here in the attic, and as you can see, we have our painting stick attached to the fishing line, and this is actually helping us kind of maneuver around these studs and beams and cross beams and all that shit. So Brian just attached the new line to this rod, which also has the fishing line to it. So we can now pull this back. And that's going to have that line that Brian attached right there. Okay? And now we're going to move it over here. When he puts his hand up, we're going to put it right into his hand, and we're going to pull it through the new hole. So as you can see, Brian's got his hand up here with the flashlight. You see his hand? All right. So now, sorry about the shakiness, but now we're going to run our line right over to Brian's hand. And then he's going to be able to pull it through. Ooh. Just like that. Got a good grip on it, Bri? All right. I'm going to pull a little slack over here so it doesn't fall through. Sorry about the shakiness again. But there we go. We have the line coming from the other hole over there, all the way over to the second hole that I was telling you about earlier. All right, guys. So I know it looks like we kind of moved forward really fast, but we kind of didn't. Here's what happened. So we pulled power from right here. We ran that line all the way over to here. Okay? Simple enough. There we go. So we ran a second line. Let's see where I am. We ran a second line from there all the way across here and out to here. All right? So we didn't fast track without filling you guys in about anything. We're just kind of in the running of wire process. And then once we're done with that, we're going to tie all the wires together with the boxes. And we have that one box kind of just dangling right there. That's basically just to keep the lines from pulling back into the ceiling so we don't lose them. But we're going to show you how to install the boxes, everything, as soon as we come back. All right, so as you can see, we have a stud right here. This install is going to be a little bit different. Not a big deal though. We have a hard plate. It's very nice. I'm going to shove it right through the hole. And then we're going to screw it right to the stud. Very, very simple. Put another one in for good measure. That's it. That's all there is to install one of those. So this is the bracket that attaches our fixtures that might be different for you. We're just going to pull the screws down just a little bit. I'm going to slip this bracket through the line. And we'll see where it fits up. I think this is a 4-inch box. It is a 4-inch box. Good. And now we're going to secure it. So now our mounting bracket is secured to the box. Good. This can still go up. And now we're ready to install a light. Alright guys, so for the wiring process, we're going to switch over to the man in charge here.
I don't know about in charge, but we're going to find out. So, as easy as splitting the wire.
There you go.
Once you get that outer case split, cut off that excess. Throw that away.
Fucking pro over here.
Want to separate your wires a little bit, you know, that way it makes it for easy working. Put down your magic blade. Then you're gonna pull up your wire cutters. And beautiful thing about these are for people like me that, you know, don't really know. It's very self-explanatory. So I don't know if you can see here, but there are numbers. This is 14 gauge wire. And it even gives you a 14 right here for 14 gauge. So you want to make sure that you get your wire into the 14 slot. Make sure you get enough that, you know, you'll be able to connect your fixture to. Give it a couple little turns like that. And pull it right off. And you want to do the same thing with the white wire. Now there are 3 wires. I know you see 3 wires here, but the ground wire does not have any outer coating on it. So once you do that, you want to put your wire snips down, and what you're going to do is just match up wires. I got some.
You got some?
Yep. And you're going to match up the wires. Green is your ground. G for G. That's how I remember it. I don't know how you want to remember it, but you know, it's up to you. I'm not a pro, so I'm just, you know, giving you ideas of how us civilians would do things. Then you're black with your black wire, white with your white wire. And we have these little wire nuts to make sure the connection is secure.
Nice and secure, yeah.
So just put those in there like so. And then just twist until you can't twist anymore. you're gonna twist clockwise. All right, so the white wire is connected. Next, you're gonna come over and do your black wire. And just a hint, it's a lot easier when you have the wires together at the tips of the wires together. That way you can just shove them in there.
Just make sure the power's not on.
Yes.
I think that goes without saying. We didn't mention it at the beginning of this, but turn the fucking power off. If you're that fucking stupid, come on.
I don't like getting electrocuted. What about you, Van?
Well, I don't mind it.
Well, I do mind it. So, and last, green to ground, G to G. All right. And there is your connection. And now all we have to do is put the light up into the ceiling.
All right, so Brian's a little intimidated about trying to get these things on. Might have been too many failed attempts, but
Quite a few.
it's okay. We're just gonna shove the wires up. Right now we're playing a shoving game. All right. Give them a nice little twist.
Nice little sip.
Mm-hmm. Balancing act. That's what it's all about. Just like that.
And there we go.
Look at me go. Look at me go. Alright guys, so I know it looks kind of like there's a lot going on over here. There's really not. What I don't want you to get confused about is that black turns to red. Black turns to red because we're running it to a switch. So that's how we know that this line right here is going to turn on and off with a switch. Okay? I'm going to put the wire nut back on just for a second. Again, we're going to use the 14 side of these. 3/4 of an inch. I'm sorry, 1/4 of an inch is good enough. Okay? That's all you need. Split that off a little bit. 1/4 of an inch. Done. Okay? So we're done with these. Alright. I'm going to go again, black to black. And in this case, black is also going to be to red. That just means that we're going to be using a switch with that. And that power is going to be controlled with the switch. Okay? Nice, easy, simple. Done, on, no problem. White. White's going back to white. Our power is off, by the way. Okay. Very simple. On, done. Now I just need one more wire nut to do the ground. Brian, if you would be so kind.
Not a problem, my friend. Got your coat.
Too good to me is what it is. Thank you, Saw.
No problem.
All right.
My pleasure.
So now we got a pre-grounded wire. Very nice. We'll put those both together. Tighten them up. And that's it. We should have a completed circuit. Now we're going to do a little shoving. Get everything back up in this box. Nice and tight. We don't have a lot of room to work here. So, what I want to reiterate is the fact that we are putting a new chandelier here. The chandelier is not in yet, we'll show you exactly how that works kind of when it comes back to it. But sir, if you'd be so kind, if I could have the original screws that we took out. I believe they were right here. Good, good. And we have a light bulb. Sir, if you'd be so kind as to hit that switch. It's a beautiful thing. Now, while we have you guys rolling, if I could just bring it back to me for a second, just be careful, because every once in a while, hey, here we go, you're gonna get hurt, but it just hurts to be so fucking good. Oh, yes.
This is what happens when you're dealing with an arrogant person.
God, it hurts.
Exactly what happens.
To be this fucking good. Sir, good job, man.
Yeah, all right. So, in conclusion, we want to really say thank you guys for, checking out the channel and the things that we do. We really sincerely hope you guys get some really good information and make sure you're safe doing everything that you do. And if you're not comfortable, please hire a contractor to do the job for you. And again, South Florida, Vincent Anastasia is the best of the best. So you want to make sure you have someone that is a pro in what they're doing if you're not comfortable doing this, especially when you're dealing with electricity.
You don't fuck around. Honestly, we made fun earlier, if you didn't cut the power off at the beginning, you're stupid. No, it's not like that. We make jokes, obviously. Mm-hmm. We do this shit drinking. We have fun with it.
Right.
We know what we're doing. You have to cut the power off. If you don't feel comfortable playing with power like we did,
hit the switch in the garage.
Hit the switch.
Or wherever your box is.
Cut the breaker. Cut the power to the whole fucking house. So what? Your kids are going to lose internet.
They don't need to watch Peppa Pig anyway.
Fuck them. Right?
So, there you go.
Cut the power to the whole house if that makes you feel more comfortable. That's all I'm saying.
Exactly. So, just remember, like, comment, and subscribe.
Thank
and
you
until
so
next
much,
time,
guys.
This is Brian.
I'm Vince.
Saga Garage, and we're out. Another one down, brother.
Yeah, man. It's fucking tits. I love this shit. All right, so this is these are the final stages right now. We finally got the chandelier kind of delivered right now, which is great. This one here is gonna go in the middle. These are pretty simple. We have our ground wire, we have our white, and we have our black. Now, keep in mind that white's gonna go to white, black is gonna go to red in our situation because we're running it off a switch. Very simple. But to hang one of these, we're going to go ahead and we're going to screw this into the ceiling. All right, so this is the new chandelier again, and this is our mounting brace. We're going to screw this into the box that we have kind of already going on there, which is fine. We're going to take the old one down and take those wire nuts off. So this is adjustable. This is obviously if you have a really high fucking ceiling. We don't have that kind of high ceiling here. But we're going to have it come down to about here. What'd you say, Brian?
Yep, that looks good.
Yeah, somewhere around there. So we are going to do a little cut and snip on these wires. We're going to make it a little bit more pretty inside the box, and we'll show you exactly how to do that. But this is pretty much the basic setup of any fixture you'll buy online or from Home Depot. We'll show you how to get it set up. Alright guys, so we didn't do anything off camera that you couldn't figure out on your own. We basically just screwed the base of the chandelier onto the mounting bracket. So 3 screws. That you should probably be able to figure out. There's 1 screw right there. There's another one right around the side and 1 in my blind spot. But that's all we did. Alright?